Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Josh Smith. I'm the founder of Aligner Marketing. And today I want to talk about something that I see constantly working with general dental practices. If you are a GP and you want more clear aligner cases, some of your best aligner patients are already sitting inside your office. You're not missing them because they don't exist. You're missing them because there's no clear process for bringing aligners into the conversation. And this is important because a lot of offices, when they want more aligner cases, will go straight into thinking that they need to run ads and generate more leads and do more marketing. Now, don't get me wrong, marketing definitely has its place, but for most GP offices, especially ones already seeing patients every single day, marketing too early actually creates more problems than it solves. And here's why. Most practices already have a patient base that trusts them, shows up consistently, and has already said yes to treatment before. These patients aren't cold, they're not price shopping, they're not skeptical, and they've already chose you as their dentist. And when you really look at that patient base, a large majority of them qualify for aligners both clinically and financially. And on top of that, they already want straighter teeth. They just don't know that aligners are an option. The truth is, aligner opportunities don't get missed because patients aren't interested. They get missed because aligners never come up in conversation. I want you to think about your hygiene schedule for a second. Right? You have patients who come in every 6 months, have crowding, spacing, or bite issues. They have wear, chipping, or shifting, and they may have mentioned that they don't like their smile in photos. These are warm relationship based patients, and yet aligners never enter the conversation. Why is that? It's because most offices are operating under a silent assumption, which is if a patient wants aligners, then they'll ask. I'm going to be blunt here. That belief hurts growth more than almost anything else because patients don't know what they don't know. They don't know that aligners are even a solution to a problem they're having, if your office even offers aligners, if they qualify, or if they are affordable. So they stay quiet. And while that's happening, the practice is sitting on tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in unrealized aligner production. And here's where I want to reframe this. As a doctor and as a team, your role is not to sell. It's not to pressure. It's not to convince someone to buy something that they don't need. It's to simply identify problems and present solutions. That's it. So if you notice that crowding exists, spacing exists, bite issues exist, a patient has said that they hate their smile, whether it was subtly or direct, and a solution exists, withholding that information is not neutral. If anything, it's negligent. Again, patients don't know what they don't know. They don't know that aligners could help. They don't know if they are a candidate, and they don't know what's realistic. So your job is to simply inform. And when you don't have a way to do that consistently, aligners become accidental instead of predictable. Now, here's the upside to it. Internal patients convert way better than external leads, and it's not even close, simply because trust already exists. So you don't have to prove credibility, overcome skepticism, compete on price, because they already chose you, which means these conversations don't need to be long. They don't need to be salesy. They just need to be intentional. Now, the good news is bringing up aligners doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, simpler works better. A strong internal aligner process usually has three things. First is awareness. Hygiene appointments are the most overlooked opportunity in dentistry because if a hygienist notices crowding, spacing, or wear, there should be a natural low pressure way to say, have you ever thought about straightening your teeth? That's it. There's no pitch, there's no presentation, just simple awareness. Second is permission-based conversation. If the patient shows interest, the next step should sound something like, Would you like to hear what your options could look like? That keeps the conversation comfortable and patient led. People like being asked, they don't like being sold. And finally, there should be a clear handoff. This is really where most offices drop the ball. If a conversation starts, there needs to be a destination, whether it's to the doctor or a treatment coordinator or even an aligner advisor, whatever the case may be, so that the patient doesn't leave thinking, "Well, that sounded nice, but nothing happened." And financially, this is why internal systems are so powerful, because these cases, they cost nothing to acquire, they require no ad spend, and they close faster. You're not chasing demand, you're unlocking demand that already exists. Now, I know what some teams might worry about. I hear things like, I don't want to come off as salesy, I don't want to pressure patients. But here is the mental shift that you're going to have to make. You're not selling aligners, you're educating patients on options they didn't know they had. And when it's done right, patients don't feel pressured, they feel taken care of. So if you're a GP office looking to grow aligner cases, start inside your practice before you look outside. Your best patients already trust you, already qualify, and are already sitting in your office. They don't need aggressive marketing. What they need is a clear, simple, and consistent process. So if aligners feel hit or miss in your office, it's probably not a demand problem, it's a process problem. Fix the process and the cases will follow. So that's about everything. If you found this video useful, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with someone you think might also find this useful, and I'll catch you in the next one.